I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but I'm making the video anyway because I feel like not many people are talking about it. Now, this video is going to be about the 2016 Ghostbusters remake. I'm gonna be this is gonna be my honest thoughts about the movie, and let me think about it. And I know, like, the movie was like 4 years ago, but because Ghostbusters Afterlife, trailer came out, and it's clearly Ghostbusters 3. Well, okay, it's supposed to take place after Ghostbusters 2. We're most likely not getting a sequel to Ghostbusters 2016, which makes me kind of sad. Yeah, I said that. We're most likely not getting a sequel to Ghostbusters 2016, and that makes me sad. I'll say it now. I liked Ghostbusters 2016. I might get a lot of hate for it, but you know what? I'll say it. I liked it. I don't know why so many people hate it. Is it because it's a reboot? So who cares? Plenty of things get rebooted. I mean, maybe it's because they don't acknowledge the original, like, you've seen Jurassic Park, the first three movies, like, you know that Jurassic World was, like, in the same universe, like, everything still happened, but it's, like, years later. I guess this could have been like that, but I don't actually mind it being a reboot. And then, like, from the movie, I'll say this about the movie. I actually don't mind that the main characters, rather than being male, are female. And the reason I don't mind that is because, well, why would I? It's a reboot. They're trying something new. Did people want it? Apparently not a whole lot of people wanted a Ghostbusters reboot, even though it was clear Ghostbusters 3 wasn't happening, so... I mean, yeah, it is now with Afterlife, but at the time, back in 2013, 14, 15, we didn't know that. We thought Ghostbusters 3 was never going to happen. So making a reboot seemed like the best option. Okay, I'll say this about the movie. Okay, there is something I don't like about the movie. The intro is fine, and I like it when it starts to play the original Ghostbusters theme. It was like, yeah, but then we never hear it for the rest of the movie, and that kind of bums me out a bit, because the original Ghostbusters theme is so good, and the fact that they used it in this movie once, like, yeah, I know there's a few remixes here and there, but I'm talking about the original Ghostbusters theme song, like, from Ghostbusters 1. They use it once in the movie. It's kind of dumb, I'm gonna be honest. I'll say this. That was the most Ghostbustery thing to me about the whole movie. I like the movie, but that was the most Ghostbustery thing. Not them catching ghosts, not the final battle, not even the Ecto-1, but when the Ghostbusters original theme played. It felt like I was watching Ghostbusters. And I liked it. If I had to say the most Ghostbustery scene, I would say that my favorite scene in the movie is honestly probably the end scene when they're, in their actual fire. Well, I guess it used to be a fire station. It's kind of what their warehouse. When they're in the official Ghostbusters, like, warehouse, like how it is in the first one. I don't really like how they waited till the very end to put them in it, but it's clear they were planning for a sequel, and I'll get into that way. I think they were 100% planning for one, but canceled it. But it's clear they were planning for one, so maybe that's why. Kind of like how the Sonic movie didn't have Chaos Emeralds, barely had Tails, and didn't really have anything other than Sonic and Eggman, because they're saving it for the sequel. But the thing is, they never planned for a sequel for the Sonic movie. It was only announced later. Yes, that entire Tails scene was meant to be in the movie, just as a thing they put in the movie. Yeah, they weren't even planning for a sequel, and that made me so mad. I'm glad they're, one's officially gonna get made, but it made me mad at the time, knowing that a sequel might not even happen, and they made that scene. But anyway, what about that? The thing about that is, like, why does that have to do with Ghostbusters in 16? Well, the very post-credit scene is, of the four Ghostbusters, Patty is talking about Zool. And if you remember, Zool was in the first Ghostbusters movie. It was essentially a goat dog, or whatever you want to call those. And, it possessed, I think it was a she possessed, Dana, I think her name was, and then Vince, who was I believe, the Keymaster, possessed Lewis, and then, they kissed, and then Gozer was released, and then the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man attacked after that. So that happened. So I liked Ghostbusters 2016. Okay, I liked the parts about it. The proton packs look completely different, but I don't mind that. I don't actually mind a lot of changes, other than I wish the original theme was in the movie more. So now we're gonna talk about. Well, okay, I honestly 100% doubt that Ghostbusters 2016 2. What else? Well, I'm calling it that because what else am I supposed to call it? I can't call it Ghostbusters 2 because there's already a Ghostbusters 2. So I have to call it Ghostbusters 2016 or 2, or Ghostbusters the Remake 2. Like, I'm just gonna go with Ghostbusters 2016 2. And it probably would have been called Ghostbusters 2 and then the year by it, whatever year it would have released. So my predictions for what the movie would have been like, I feel like it would have tried to do what the first one did, where it would have had Zool, it would have had more of the HQ. The Ecto 1 probably would have returned, but a different new Ecto 1, the Ecto 2 probably, because the Ecto 1 got destroyed in that movie, at the end. So, yeah, that happened. So, it probably would have had to do something to do with Zool, and maybe even Vince, and then Gozer, and maybe even the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man may have appeared in a modern setting. How cool would it be to see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in a modern Ghostbusters movie? Like, imagine our modern technology and special effects on the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'll say this: Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, out of everything in that movie, out of all the effects, is my favorite thing. It actually looks like a giant marshmallow man is walking around New York. Not like CGI. It doesn't even look. If it is CGI, it's one of the best CGIs I've ever seen. It actually looks like it's moving and walking. It's so good. There's lots of facial expressions. Imagine we got that, but like a bunch really CGI'd and special effects well done. Would they have used the exact same story as Ghostbusters 1 with Zool and Gozer and Vince? I don't know, but they would have used them. But it's interesting because in the original movie, Zool was in a fucking fridge waiting for Dana to open it and then possessed her later, whereas here, Patty just hears it on the. I mean, it's like the video. What was it again? It's like, it's to hear things like that you might not normally hear. So that's interesting. So, yeah, I like Ghostbusters 2016, and that's what I feel like it would have been. There's not much I can say for the sequel. It would have been in Ghostbusters H2, the original one, for the whole time. Would it have taken place years later? I don't know, actually. Maybe only like a year later. I know a lot of people hate Ghostbusters 2, but I actually really like that movie. I like the idea of like 5 years later they've gone out of fucking business and now they're going to kids' parties. What I don't like is that they completely redesigned the uniform to have a fucking 2, the Ghost only 2. That's so cheesy and like weird to see. And they redesigned the suit and everything. Like, it's so odd. What, for Ghostbusters 3, are they gonna have a free uniform? They should have just stuck with the old one. I'm gonna be honest. So if there's somehow, some way is a Ghostbusters 2016 2, please just use the original suits, no redesigned suits. Don't add a fucking 2 to the suit. And then call it a day. Like, and then make it like great. I hated that, honestly. Okay, I don't hate the suits. I just prefer the original. That's not even because they're original. They just look better. It had the logo. It didn't have a fucking 2, and it's brown. Not this blackish gray, and I won't get into it. In Ghostbusters 2016, the proton beams are actually, they can control a bit different, but I already discussed how they look different. The trap looks completely different. Now, on what trap I like better, I definitely prefer the original trap better. Definitely. The original trap, it has that unique, iconic handle, and then the way it opens, and oh my god, it's just so good. But then the new one looks like a fucking can, and the way it opens is a bit odd. It looks cool for what it is. It's unique, but I prefer the original. Like, I like both, but if I had to pick one, definitely classic OG Ghost Trap. And even Sony knows that Ghostbusters 2016 did bad. Not only they're making Ghostbusters free Afterlife, but I know you probably don't know about the game Fortnite that much. Okay, there's probably people watching who do, but basically they did Ghostbusters thing. And they had the Proton Pack and the Ghost Trap, but they didn't have a style for the 2016 variant. Just the original. Which I found a little bit odd. Like, you think they would at least have that, but no. They really are trying to forget Ghostbusters 2016 ever happened. But, yeah. I guess this is kind of a review on Ghostbusters 2016. What's something else I like about the movie? The whole beginning part is just Ghostbustery, and then the theme plays. It's just great. I like the main characters. There's Aaron, Abby, Hem, Hem, Hemlock, Hemlock, Hemlock. I think so. And then, or Julius, and then Patty. I love all four of the characters, and they're fucking funny. The only characters I really found funny from the original Ghostbusters was Peter Venkman and Winston. Egon was sometimes actually no. Let me rephrase that. I found Ray funny and Peter funny, and that was it. Winston was rarely funny, and Egon was sometimes funny, but Egon wasn't really funny throughout it. Honestly, out of every Egon line, my favorite Egon line that I think is the funniest is "Sorry, Winston, terrified beyond the capacity of rational thought." So yeah, Ghostbusters 1, amazing. Ghostbusters 2, I really like it. Ghostbusters 2 and 16, I like it. Honestly, there isn't a Ghostbusters thing I don't like. I think they're all good. Of course, Ghostbuster 1 has its faults. I feel like it's a bit old, but the CG5 effects, actually, now I think I can't really think about anything I don't really like about Ghostbusters. Oh wait, there's something I don't like. I don't like how they show the capture one ghost. And that's it. I mean, they show one ghost being captured, Slimer, and then they don't show it again. They show it aftermath, and that's it. That really bugged me because I didn't need to really see it much. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Me reviewing, I guess, my thoughts on Ghostbusters 2 and 16. And yeah. So what about, actually, before I end this video, maybe I should talk a bit about after it was good. I like how it takes place 30 years later. And then they finally have to go one, and then there's a gunner scene, which was never even a thing. So then, probably because they never used it. And they show Slimer being captured. It's great. Well, they don't show him being captured, they show him. Ghost Tracker. It's good. Ghostbusters After Life is probably going to be the best Ghostbusters movie since Ghostbusters 1. I'm not saying 2 is bad, which really I'm talking about most people's opinions. Like, there hasn't really been a Ghostbusters movie that's been top tier since Ghostbusters 1. Anyway, I think it'll be great. I'm glad it's coming. I like the whole idea of doing Egon's investigation here. Find it, all the stuff that's the one, the proton pack. It's just so amazing. Anyway, that's the end of the video, and that's my thoughts on Ghostbusters 2 and 16, and a little bit of other stuff, mainly Ghostbusters 2 and 16, which is a movie I liked and didn't mind. I will say this. Most thing I hate about Ghostbusters 2 and 16, it felt a bit short in terms of action movies, but great. It was still great nonetheless. I'll leave you guys here.